Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jane. What if your journal pages could tell a story using nothing but words and imagery? Today I'm showing you how to transform ordinary pages into meaningful compositions by blending text, transfers, and mixed media magic. Let's dive in. I found this amazing little book called Essays on Art and Self-Reliance. It's a little blue book. I don't know when it was published, but I have turned it into a place to explore and play. And so today I am going to create a little spread using lots and lots of different text, images, transfers, and collage to create a beautiful spread. So I'm going to use a clear gesso because I want some of the words to show through. You can see that I have put some barriers in between my pages because I have learned my lesson and I have glued many a page closed and shut before. So I've put the barriers in. I'm going to brush on this clear gesso and then dry it and then begin my composition. So I never really know what I'm going to create or what I'm going to use. So I have grabbed these archival inks to begin with. And so I'm going to also grab a stencil and get started. I love this stencil. It is created by Mary Nasser for Stencil Girl Products, and it is a water stencil. So I'm grabbing the speckled egg and the distress ink, and I begin to put it on, and I am immediately disappointed because it doesn't really show up and the ink pad is just about dry. So I'm really kind of smudging it on here, and I pull it back and look, you can barely even see it. So I am going to switch directions. I've grabbed the Faded Jeans Archival Distress ink, and the archival ink is waterproof, right? So I'm really wanting that because I have no idea what layers I'm going to put on top. So I'm starting with the waterproof, but look at how much better that is showing up. So I am actually going to just use this Faded Jeans, and then I am going to incorporate some greens into it in just a moment. Okay, so I'm lining the stencil up, but a little bit off, so I can incorporate some of the peeled paint, which is the green archival distress ink. So you see that stencil's a little bit off, and now I'm going and putting some green in there, and this will just be like a little bit of a movement effect. I have this incredible lotus flower rice paper from 13 Designs. I will link that up in the description below. So I am going to begin to kind of audition it on the page to see, you know, sort of the balance and the flow of this. And I really love this. I really love this balance on this side. So that's kind of what I'm going to go with. I am using the Dina Wakley Media Mineral acrylic paint, and it's just a really, really beautiful pale light blue. And I am going to start to create a sky. And so what I love is that some of the pattern shows through. I don't want it all to show through though. So you'll see me put on a couple different layers of this mineral, and I just absolutely love this color. You can see just how breaking that up is really helping this composition to come together, and I am starting to get excited. What I want to do is build a little bit more contrast in the watery area, so that's what I am going to do next. So I'm using a regular distress ink now. It's the Broken China. I did not have it in the archival ink. And so I am just kind of rubbing this on with a makeup sponge all over, and it's filling in the, sort of that vintagey paper area with a little bit more blue. And I decide that I'm really loving this. So I decided there's still not enough contrast, so I'm going to put the stencil back on and rub some more of the Faded Jeans Distress ink, and that's the archival ink, back into this to bring a little bit more contrast. And lastly, I am using the Diane Reevely acrylic, and it's called Vanilla Custard. And I'm going to just randomly paint this in. And because I've used a regular distress ink, you'll see that blending with this. And then the other inks that are archival are going to stay put. So I actually am quite loving the blend here with this vanilla custard. And this is the contrast I've been looking for. So I pre-cut out this lotus flower, and rice paper is super easy to glue on. You can use many different mediums. I love my Yoo-Hoo because it's a dry glue and it works really fast. So I am just putting one side down so that I can keep my position that I am enjoying, and then I will glue the rest of it down. I have also pre-cut out this printable. This is from the Past Portraits kit from Art House Whimsy on Etsy. And I am just kind of auditioning her in many different places. I'm liking the balance, but I'm seeing how her hand is coming out. And if I'm putting her sitting on the flower itself, it kind of leaves that area where the green line and the blue connect. It leaves that, like, my eye is wanting more right there. So I ultimately decide to get her positioned so that her hand is kind of taking the eye off towards the end of the page, and then I will glue her on. I have tons of old books, old poetry books, just random words cut out, saved in a little box. And so what I did is I took about 20 minutes and I dug through all of my words. I flipped through old book pages and I found a poem that I think is really fitting for this. So I am cutting it out and beginning to audition where I want to put it and how it actually is going to align on the page to tell the story of this girl who is sitting on this lotus flower blossom. Okay, I'm loving how this is looking right now, so I am going to glue everything down and then move on from there. So my eye keeps getting stuck on that right lower corner and sort of the middle where, the water hits the sky. And I definitely need something there. I have this really old transfer where it says honest, faithful work on it. And so I'm starting by putting the word honest on. And so I'm going to transfer that on, and then I'm going to sort of reassess and see what else needs to be added. I decide I need to take the I further up, so I'm adding the word faithful, and then you'll see me add the word work underneath just to kind of balance that out a little bit better. I am loving this little B transfer, and so I'm kind of moving it around. I'm looking at the space that I'm leaving behind. So, it's called white space, even though it's green and yellow and blue and, words and all of that. But I am looking at the shapes that I'm leaving behind. I love it right here. I feel like it's kind of balanced, so I'm going to transfer it on and then reassess after that. I am just feeling like that little space right next to the B needs something else. My eye is just getting stuck there. So I find the word and, just a random and I feel like it fits really well, and it helps bring the poem together because I kind of took the lines and mixed them up a little bit. So I'm putting the word and in there. I'm feeling like that is the missing piece to the puzzle. You can see that I underlined some words in the other text, and I just love that. It just brings out some more feelings, more emotions, and helps really tell this story. I really, really love exploring and finding the story as I go, just grabbing a few little elements and putting it all together. So I really hope that this inspires you to combine many layers of text with color and images, transfers, all of the things, and just let yourself explore. Especially in a little book like this, it gives you multiple opportunities to create without feeling like everything has to be so super precious all the time. Please join my friends and collaborators in the Sisterhood of the Traveling Art Journal. We have Debbie from Elsie Lane Art Garage, Kristen from She Paints, and Lynn from Ellen J. Goods. You can join me live every Monday for Mixed Media Monday at 11 a.m. Central. And every Wednesday, join me for the Your Limitless Life podcast, where I help you grow your creative business so that you can live your limitless life with special guests, mindset shifts, and everything in between. Fridays, I'm always here with a fully edited video so that you can explore art journaling with joy and ease. Thank you so much for being here. Please, please share this with someone that you think would love this. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.